The following sports special is a broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR, Martinsburg. It's time for the fun of a summertime tradition with Little League All-Star Baseball.
Play ball!
And now, let's go to the ballpark and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Welcome back to the Hedgesville Little League Complex here in Hedgesville, West Virginia. Get you ready for the second game of our Little League doubleheader in the District 6 Area 1 tournament. Tonight, this game between Martinsburg and Jefferson. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini on the call with you. Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. And Nick, we are going to see a winner's bracket game here. So it's the first game for Martinsburg. Jefferson won last night against Hedgesville. So now we have this one where the winner will get to move on and face the winner of the game we just saw, South Berkeley, tomorrow at 8 o'clock. In that one to try to move on to the district tournament. They'll be the Area 1 champion, and then we'll decide the area runner-up after that. So one win in this game right here gets you to the Area 1 championship game. So it's a really important one here.
Yeah, it gives you a great opportunity to advance, and of course Martinsburg getting that bye helps them out. But I mean, first of all, Dylan, this is Martinsburg Jefferson. I don't care if it's Little League, middle school, high school, it doesn't matter. It's going to be a great game, and you can already tell it's a huge crowd for Little League. I feel like these two teams, it's the biggest rivalry in most sports in terms of competitiveness on the field. And these two teams have really ran this area over the years in terms of who you're expecting to not only come out of the area, but have a great chance to come out of the district and have a great chance to come out of the state even. So, Martinsburg, Jefferson, it's always a great matchup. And these teams are pretty experienced, recognizing a few of these names, so definitely should be a great matchup here today. And anytime you bring back some guys, you have a great chance to win and go far, I feel like. So it should be fun.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and let's take a 1-minute break here. When we come back, we'll get you starting lineups. This is West Virginia Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Welcome back to Gold Nation Buffet. I'm Ryan, and I'm so excited to show you guys the Hibachi Station. It's phenomenal. Check this out. What's incredible about the Hibachi Station? You can use this screen system, choose everything from your meats to your sides to pho, ramen, and so much more right here. And they'll build it for you right on down here at the station. And boom, there you go. All those requested ingredients fresh on the plate and ready to go. Come on down here, Gold Nation Buffet, for their incredible Hibachi Station. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back to Hedgesville. We'll get you the starting lineups for this game between Martinsburg and Jefferson, brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust for your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. In the visitors' dugout over here, it is Martinsburg, and their lineup goes like this. It'll be in center field. Leading off, number 9, Aaron Parkinson, batting second. Shortstop, number 10, Logan Close. Evan Deeds, the pitcher, number 22, will be batting third. In the cleanup spot, it's catcher number 12, Grayson Arch. Drew Lackey, the second baseman, 00, batting fifth. In the sixth spot, it's John Jones, the first baseman, number 8. Seventh, the left fielder, number 11, Judah Smith. Batting eighth, third baseman, number 30, Mookie Roman Jones. Batting ninth, Micah Montgomery, number 5, out in right field. Batting 10th, the extra hitter, number 20, Julian Garcia. Batting 11th, be Logan Kearns, number 3, extra hitter. And batting 12th, be Charles Wheatley, number 13, the extra hitter. So, and then on the starting battery on the other side for Jefferson, it'll be Jason Bush Jr. on the mound, lefty, pitching to Cole Willis behind the plate. Number 13, starting battery, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. We'll get you the opposite side in the bottom of the first. As Martinsburg will get ready to come up to the plate here in the top of the first, which will be brought to you by Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, proudly serving our area since 1880.
Definitely, excited here for this matchup, Dylan. You have, again, Jefferson, Martinsburg, usually a very good game at all levels, and I think for both of these teams, there's obviously a lot on the line. A chance to advance to the championship round already if you're Martinsburg, and for Jefferson, you obviously have already played a game, so you're a little bit more maybe familiar with the atmosphere, familiar with the situation, because even though there are a few guys that return from previous teams, for the most part, these teams are going to be pretty much all new because it's 10 through 12, so not probably too many 10 and 11-year-olds are necessarily on the team, usually a lot of 12-year-olds, so it's tough to keep consistency with your squad, but every once in a while you do, and it should be just, a good game like we've seen throughout the tournament, and it should be a lot of fun. As here's our first pitch.
And that's in from Bush Jr., and that's outside past the plate to the backstop for ball 1. First pitch brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Call them at 304-263-4343. Second pitch also outside for a ball.
It's an early 2-0 count. See if Bush can work it back here against Parkinson.
And this will be hit in the center field on a line over the head of the center fielder. This is going to be potentially extra bases, depending on the cutoff. Slide in the second. Safe. Aaron Parkinson in with a leadoff double.
Yeah, well hit ball. Looked like the center fielder misread it. Originally I think that it was coming right to him, but then it went over his head. Fell in for the leadoff double, and Martinsburg already with a great opportunity to take a lead here early on.
It'll be Logan Close batting second. He'll take the first pitch for a ball. It's already a great start for Martinsburg right off the bat.
Yeah, if you can go up early on in these games, again, Martinsburg, too, has the advantage of this being their first game, so they're most likely going to have their best pitcher, I would think, throw in this game. Well, Jefferson's already used, one of their top guys now. That's not saying that Jefferson doesn't have anybody else that can pitch, because I'm sure that they do, but using that top guy in that first game gives Martinsburg a little bit of an edge.
Chopped off the glove of Bush, and eventually Lowry's able to get there, but not in time. Logan Close beats it out. No throw over to first. Infield single.
Number 22, Evan Deeds.
Hit right off the pitcher's glove. And it was tough to make a play from there.
Yeah, you had a ball up the middle opportunity for at least one there because the runner was taking a lead toward third, but couldn't get anybody. So tough play there. If it doesn't hit off the pitcher's glove, maybe it ends up being fielder, maybe it heads into center field, so I'm not sure.
This next pitch is going to be fouled out of play to the left side. The Jefferson infield defense looks like this. Leighton Carney, Jake Lowry, Austin Corey, Bentley DeLauder from left to right in the infield. As this next pitch is along the line, base hit in the right field. The runner will stop at third. That's going to load the bases. Well, now the ball gets past the catcher on the throw in, but thinking twice about it is Parkinson. So the pitcher, Evan Deeds, with a base hit of his own.
Yes, the bases are loaded. Martinsburg's jumped up on Bush here early on. One swing of that, you can go up. You can obviously play some small ball. There's a ton of options here for Martinsburg.
That'll bring up Grayson Arch, who will swing and miss at the first pitch. So already bases loaded, no outs in the top of the first for Martinsburg. 3 batters, 3 hits. Next pitch is in for a strike. There's the 1-1. It's going to be fouled off. Out of play over the first base dugout. One-two to Arch. He's going to foul it and foul it off of himself. So we'll recover here. Looks like the catcher has to adjust his equipment as well. Now here we go. Another 0-2. This is going to be hit. Ground ball to shortstop. They'll go to second base for 1. And that's all they'll get. As a run will come across the score on the RBI fielder's choice for Grayson Arch.
Now batting number 00.
So 1-0 lead here from Martinsburg, and they do get the runner at second. So I guess that is one of the positives. Your double play from getting out of the inning with minimal damage. I feel like just 1 run with bases loaded, no outs, you would certainly take. So we'll see if Jefferson can recover here.
Drew Lackey squaring around the bunt, now pulls it back and is going to swing and miss at strike 1. Lackey, the second baseman, 0-0. Martinsburg in the orange pinstripes. Orange jerseys, black pinstripes, black pants. Jefferson in the maroon. There's another big cut and a big miss. Martinsburg with the black numbers, white outlines. Jefferson, white numbers, gold outline. The 0-2 from Bush. Outside for ball 1.
Yeah, I feel like both teams are kind of winning in the uniform category, Dylan.
Strong uniforms on both sides, for sure.
That's usually Little League. Little League has cool uniforms, I feel like.
Usually, yeah. And this one's going to be a bouncer off the turf. Evens the count at 2 apiece. Rick Kozlowski has taken back his post over in front of the first base dugout, where a ball almost took his head off yesterday, but he's standing tall. And this one's going to be lined into right field and goes off the glove of the right fielder, Kearns. A run's going to come across the score. Make it 2-0 Martinsburg.
Yeah, tough one there. You hit it well, obviously. You hope as you're Jefferson you're able to make the play, but you can't quite get there to make it. So it's 2-0, and Martinsburg has a great opportunity to add on to it here early on.
Here comes the number 6 hitter, the first baseman, John Jones. First pitch from Bush. Swing and no dice for Jones. So trouble already brewing for Jefferson. 2 runs in the top of the first allowed. See if they can get out of it just with those 2 as the next pitch is across. Jones looks at it for strike 2.
Not to be confused with John Bones Jones.
Right?
No relation.
Of course.
That I know of.
0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Jason Bush gets a second out of the inning. Gets Jones to swing through it.
Now batting number 11,
his first strikeout.
Judah Smith.
Judah Smith, number 11, the left fielder, will come up now. Chance to make something happen with 2 outs. First pitch. This is going to be a Baltimore chop over by the second baseman. Bobbles it a little bit. Just barely thrown out at first base for out number 3. But not before Martinsburg gets 2 runs up on the board. Makes it 2-0. As we go to the bottom of the first, Jefferson will have their first chance to try to put up some offense. This is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We'll be back in 1 minute.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Mother Shuckers. Fresh Florida stone crab straight from the boat to your throat. Blue crabs, king, snow, Dutchness, all available year-round. Try and find that anywhere else around here. Homemade soup specials every day. Mother Shuckers is located at 1014 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Mother Shuckers, we have an opinion. If you don't like it, shuck it up, Buttercup. Come on over to Mother Shuckers.
This Little League International Tournament game is presented by Talk Radio WRNR under the authority of Little League Baseball and Softball and may not be rebroadcast or retransmitted without the express written permission of Little League International, South Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Visit Little League online at www.littleleague.org. At the bottom of the first, Martinsburg able to put up 2 runs as they come out on defense for the first time into the field. It'll be Evan Deeds pitching for Martinsburg. Behind the plate, Grayson Arch. That's your starting battery for Martinsburg. Starting lineup for Jefferson. Leading off is Jason Bush Jr., number 22, the pitcher today. Jake Lowry bats second at shortstop, number 2. Number 13, Cole Willis bats third, the catcher. Batting fourth is Bentley DeLauder at first base, number 1. Anderson Didion, number 9, an extra hitter, bats 5th. Batting 6th is Camden Burke, number 99, the left fielder. Batting 7th is the center fielder, number 00, Beckner Dupree. In the 8th spot, it's second baseman, number 4, Austin Corey. Number 9 spot is extra hitter, number 87, Trenton Smedick. Lucas Jordan, number 23, extra hitter, bats 10th. Leighton Carney bats 11th. He's number 12 and the third baseman today. And to round things out, right fielder number 7, Braden Kearns. So, quick start for Martinsburg as we reach the bottom of the first. Brought to you by Orsini's Home Store. Not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way, Martinsburg, or online at orsinis.com.
Yeah, already a 2-0 lead, so you're in a great position early on, pitching with the lead, first of all, for Martinsburg. But there's a lot of baseball left to be played. It's Little League Baseball, so no lead is safe, as we've already seen twice in these 2 games, even though Jefferson did hold on. Hedgesville certainly made it close. So, yeah, I wouldn't, obviously it's a good start, and you want to keep that up, though. If you're Martinsburg, you don't want to lay off the gas. And if you're Jefferson, you're far from out of it. Just got to settle in a little bit in this game.
The last game was definitely a good example of that, as first pitch to Jason Bush Jr. was fouled off, and the second pitch he's going to hit into play softly. Deeds tries to get it and bobbles it on the glove as he tried to go to the ground to get it. So Bush Jr. is going to get on base to start this one out.
Yeah, that's the kind of play that you kind of see at this level. Probably at most other levels it's an out, right? But you have kind of a weird play there, and runner gets on. So.
And now we'll see a cut and a miss by Jake Lowry in this first at-bat. First pitch. 2 southpaw pitchers to start things out for Martinsburg and Jefferson. It's Deeds throws this one. It's fouled straight back, strike 2.
I think they're both wearing the 22.
You're right.
So.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, Deeds the taller of the 2, winds and fires. This is going to be right back up the middle and off the glove of Deeds. And second baseman Lackey's not going to be able to get there in time, as beating out the play at first is Lowry. So 2 base runners to start off for Jefferson as well.
Batting for Jefferson, number 13.
Yep, and Jefferson has already got those 2 guys on, so they could easily tie this thing back up at 2, possibly even make it a bigger inning.
First pitch, wild pitch, high and outside. This goes to the backstop, allows the runners to move up. As Cole Willis stepped in behind the plate today. I believe Willis was at third base yesterday as Jefferson switched up the positioning out in the field. Next pitch, fouled over the first base dugout.
Cole Willis. First when I heard that yesterday, I thought you guys said Cole Lewis. Aw, damn. He's playing both Little League and Junior Legions? And Senior Legion?
Right. Cut and miss by Willis. Ball pops out of the glove of the catcher, but runners stay where they are.
And then Cole Willis, so different name completely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not completely, but last name at least.
Another one fouled back off the gate, off the fence.
That should be a fair ball. It heads in the fair territory.
It did bounce back over to the third baseman, Roman Jones.
Kickball rules.
Another 1-2. This one's an inside. Willis jumps back. So 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. Jefferson, 2 runners in scoring position to try to even this one up. And here's another foul ball. Kaz not able to make the backhanded play. A little too low for him. It's hard to make the play with your notebook and your camera in your hand. So we'll give him a break for that one. Another one fouled back off the fence.
Kaz is brave for standing there.
I think he wanted to be behind the plate from what I was hearing from him yesterday, but the umpire told him he had to move.
Huh. Like behind the fence, I'm guessing?
I think... I'm not sure. I'm not sure which side of the fence he was on. But he was told to move. Another foul ball.
I feel like you'd have to be behind the fence. But either way, they would probably tell you to move. So you could be a distraction to the pitcher.
I suppose so. Another 2-2 from Deeds, and another foul ball, and jumping out of the way of that one is Kaz again. It's a dangerous spot to be in.
Kaz is getting a lot of airtime.
Yeah.
He's probably going to have people texting him.
Another 2-2, and another foul ball that way. He's a little late on these pitches.
It's good at bat though. Seeing a lot of different pitches, keeping it alive. You got 2 on.
Yeah, making the pitcher work. And there's outside ball 3. So Deeds is already at 16 pitches. Full count, no one out.
Yeah, it's been a long inning, even though you have no runs coming across yet.
Here's a payoff pitch. Swing and miss, strike 3. Deeds gets his first out of the inning.
All foul balls to the third base dugout. Thank you.
That's a great
All
job
foul balls to the third
by
base dugout.
Deeds
Thank
to
you.
stay in that at-bat because it was a long at-bat, a lot of fouled off pitches. You could see maybe he was getting a little bit frustrated that he couldn't get them. But he stayed locked in. There's 2 on. It's early in the game, but you have 2 people on base, so you're certainly worried about it.
First pitch to DeLauder is outside. Bentley DeLauder playing first base today. I believe he was just an extra hitter in the lineup last night. 0-1, runs in and hits him. And that'll load the bases.
Maybe you'll take it if you're Jefferson. Seems to be all right. So you got 2 on, just 1 out. Still, I believe, now in the middle of the order. So.
Yep, 5-hitter Anderson Didion, last night's starting pitcher for Jefferson.
Now batting number 9, Anderson.
He'll step in.
Number 9.
Had himself a strong performance through most of the game. Had to be taken out for the last out. He started to struggle a little bit. Trenton Smetic was able to get it done. First pitch to Didion is a ball. But Didion was a big reason why that game last night flew by. It was hard for either team to get a hit through the first 5 innings.
Yeah, he was great out there on the mound. Gave Jefferson a great chance to win. Eventually their offense came through.
Strike 1 came across to Didion. Here's the 1-1. And there's strike 2 looking. The bases loaded, 1 out. Infield in for Martinsburg. Here's the pitch from Deeds. Outside for ball 2.
Yeah, just missing there outside. Deeds is trying to paint that outside corner quite a bit. He's been a little bit inconsistent with it here early on, but I think he just needs to settle down a little bit.
Here's the next pitch. Swung and missed. Strike 3. So 2 strikeouts to go from runners in scoring position with no outs to 2 outs.
Yeah, I mean, in this situation, getting the strikeout is big because any other out would have scored a run most likely, depending on how hard the ball was hit.
First pitch into Camden Burke is taken for a strike.
Yeah, if it's popped up in the infield, probably not. But, hey, you never know. Somebody could drop it. And then anything to the outfield probably would have scored it. Hard hit ground ball would have scored it. So
next one is a grounder over towards second base. Drew Lackey's going to pick it up and throw it on to Jones at first for out number 3. So Martinsburg strands. The base is loaded. And with that, they'll go to the second inning, still having this 2-0 lead. And we'll be back for that second inning after a 1-minute break. This is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
WVU Medicine is pleased to have physical medicine and rehabilitation, neurosurgery, and neurology all in one place at the WVU Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute Martinsburg Clinics, located in a custom-designed suite on the 3rd floor of the WVU Medicine Spring Mills Medical Office Building at 61 Campus Drive. We look forward to welcoming patients at this larger location in Spring Mills. For more information about the WVU Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute Martinsburg Clinics, call 304-596-5038.
Spring into adventure this month at CMA Chevrolet of Martinsburg. We have a great selection of over 80 new Chevys on our lot. Right now, you can get a new 2024 Equinox with up to $3,000 off MSRP. Or get a new 2024 Silverado 1500 with up to $8,000 off MSRP, plus $1,000 in trade assistance cash. And did we mention no payments for 90 days on select Chevy models? Together, let's drive at CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Back for the top of the second here from the Hedgesville Little League Complex. Top of the second is brought to you by Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, the personal injury attorneys. Visit burkeandschultz.com. We play hardball. Still 2-0 Martinsburg as they come back up to bat, try to add on to this lead. Jefferson stranded, the bases loaded in the bottom of the first.
30, Mookie Roman Jones.
Mookie Roman Jones, the third baseman, number 30, will come up for his first at-bat.
That's a great name.
Right? Jason Bush Jr. throws strike 1. Roman Jones looks at it. District 6 Area 1 Little League Baseball Tournament. Swing and a miss by Roman Jones for strike 2.
If you're going to have 2 last names, Jones always goes good at the end of it.
It does. The next pitch is a ball.
Peoples Jones. Roman Jones. I'm trying to think of some others.
There's a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. Another strikeout, second one for Jason Bush Jr. I did also immediately think of Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Now batting number 5, Micah.
I don't know if there is another one, but you get the point.
I had the same thought. I'm like, is there another one I'm forgetting? I'm sure there is. Micah Montgomery comes up next. He's in right field, swings through the first pitch for a strike. Now Bush sets and delivers again, and another swing and another miss. Bring it to 0-2. And here is that 0-2, and it's another swing and miss. 3 pitches, 3 strikes for Jason Bush Jr. Sends down Montgomery. 2 straight strikeouts to start the inning.
Now batting number 20, Joylan Garcia.
Julian Garcia, extra hitter, number 20. In the 10 spot for Martinsburg, comes up to bat. Lefty versus lefty now. He will look at the first pitch for a strike.
Yeah, Bush has got his control down, it feels like this inning. With painting the corners and, working inside.
0-1 comes in for a ball low. A much better half inning so far for Bush than in the first. This is going to be a foul ball hit softly over towards the third base dugout.
Yeah, I think both pitchers clearly have good stuff. Martinsburg jumped on it early on, but I think as these guys settle in, we may see something similar to last night.
Next pitch a bit outside, evens the count at 2 apiece.
Lefties are definitely difficult at this level because you don't see a ton of them, it feels like, until you get a little bit older.
Now the 2-2 from Bush. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Jason Bush Jr. strikes out the side, all swinging. Just like that, Jefferson will have another chance up the bat. Still down 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. We'll take a minute break and be back for their at-bat. This is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
From breathtaking outdoors to unique local eats, world-class geocaching, and thriving local culture, Martinsburg, Berkeley County, West Virginia is where you can live your adventure. Berkeley County offers fantastic outdoor experiences, from our rugged hiking paths to scenic nature paths, public parks, fishing streams, and nature preserves. Cap off your outdoor adventures with a stroll through historic downtown Martinsburg. Join us and immerse yourself in our rich local history and scenic surroundings. Check out upcoming events and plan your adventure at travelwv.com.
We're the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told you need a lawyer, but that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or a loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
We move on to the bottom of the second here from Hedgesville, brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 and the WRNR TV Facebook page. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini here on site on the call. And back at the studios, Colin McLaughlin. As Jefferson comes up the bat in the bottom of the second, down 2-0. Big swing and a miss at the first pitch of the inning by Beckner Dupree, the center fielder. Quickly, Evan Deeds will rock and fire again, and there's a grounder right back to him. And he'll throw it on the first for 1 out.
Yeah, I think Deeds fielded his position pretty good in that first inning as well, even though a few of the balls hit toward him didn't get into his glove for outs. You ended up seeing just the range and the ability to come off the mound and make efforts toward making plays, which is good to see.
And another quick ground ball, this time over to second base. Drew Lackey will throw it on for out number 2.
Yeah, and I think it's important for him to just trust his defense a little bit. I feel like some of those plays maybe the second baseman could have made or the first baseman could have made.
Number 87,
so that's important as well. Yeah, but he's clearly was amped up early on. I think he's definitely building confidence as the game goes on.
Certainly seems so.
Yeah.
Trenton Smedick, one of the heroes of yesterday's game for Jefferson, takes ball 1. He closed out the game, getting the last out on the mound, and also had a big hit. Got Jefferson the first run of the game. In a game where runs were hard to come by, he swings at the 1-0, fouls it away towards his own dugout.
Yeah, I think it'll be important for him to try to extend this at-bat, because you did have a big inning in terms of pitches in that first inning, but so far it's kind of flown by here in the second.
Another foul ball, play made by Jefferson first base coach. Barehanded, gets it right back to the pitcher.
This was only the 6th pitch of this inning, so.
Yeah.
After 26 in that first.
And there's the 1-2, and foul tip.
Another.
It looked like it might have been in the glove, but it looks like it fouled off somewhere. It just didn't make a noise.
Everybody was running in, but not
right.
Unplayed umpire. So.
Another 1-2 from Deeds. Smedick, swing and a miss. Strike 3, an 8-pitch inning for Evan Deeds. Make that his 3rd strikeout through 2 innings. And just like that, we'll go to the third after a 1-minute break. This is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg has over 100 new vehicles in stock and on the way. We've got a great selection of your favorite models, like the new 2024 Tacoma. Towing your boat or camper? Check out a new 2024 Tundra and get up to $5,500 off MSRP. Need better gas mileage? Check out the iForce Max Tundra and save up to $7,000 off MSRP. And every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care and our lifetime powertrain warranty. Visit us online at cmastoyotaofmartinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Hey, it's Cody from Cody's Auto Body.
You're a potty mouth.
But we do a really great job fixing cars after an accident.
I know, but you're still a potty mouth.
I'm possibly the best friend you could ever have.
You are, but potty mouth.
If you need your car repaired, come to Cody's Auto Body, located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Because that's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
See? Potty mouth.
Leave me alone.
Quickly moving on to the top of the third. Brought to you by Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. It's still a 2-0 lead here for Martinsburg over Jefferson in the Area 1 tournament, part of District 6 Little League.
Now batting for Martinsburg, number 3,
Yeah,
Logan.
Dylan, the district tournament will be at Martinsburg this year, so we'll also have coverage of that.
July 2nd and 3rd.
So
Jason Bush Jr. back on the mound for a third inning of work. Throws strike one into Logan Kearns.
Looking forward to it. Winner will head to states. We won't have the state tournament this year. But
next pitch in for a ball.
We have had it before.
When it was at Martinsburg.
Yeah. So I guess whenever District, you said 6, I believe, District 6 host again, we'll have it at that point, whenever that happens again. 2-1 count here, though, and see if Kearns can get something going.
Logan Kearns in the 11 spot as an extra hitter. It's pitch from Bush, swing and a miss by Kearns, strike 2. Both pitchers have settled in after getting roughed up a little bit in the first inning. Jefferson wasn't able to get any runs out of it. Martinsburg was able to get 2. 2-2 is inside. Runs the count full.
Let's get that bat here. Lead off this inning. Even if he doesn't get on, you see 5 pitches or so.
Full count. Strike 3 called on the outside part of the plate. Kearns goes down looking. Make that 5 strikeouts for Jason Bush Jr.
Now batting number 13, Charles Wheatley.
And that's 4 straight, actually. 5 of the last 6 batters. Those are his 5 strikeouts.
Yeah, I mean, once he's gotten past the top few batters, he's doing a good job of finding his spots. And, again, it was 2-0 early. I thought maybe, I don't know, Bush might be in some trouble here, but he's really settled in.
The next pitch is going to be grounded over towards shortstop. Tough play for Lowry to make. It's not going to be in time, and the throw is wide. But sticking at first base is going to be Wheatley. The ball was just softly hit enough that Lowry couldn't come in fast enough for it. And, of course, only 60 feet on this diamond.
Yeah, it makes it tough. I mean, any play on the infield has to usually be pretty quick, especially if you got a fast guy at the plate. And a slow roller can be so dangerous.
First pitch is going to be popped up to shortstop by Aaron Parkinson. That's going to be caught by Lowry for out number 2.
Now batting for Martinsburg, number 10, Logan Close.
It's a big second out because not only does it come quickly, but it comes to the top of the order. So now you have only 1 out that you need to get out of the inning.
First pitch to Logan Close is a ball outside. Close had a single first time around. The 1-0. And as a line drive back up the middle just past the glove of Jake Lowry. Be another single for Logan Close. That'll put runners on first and second with 2 outs. So once again, the Martinsburg top of the order has been able to get a little bit going, but they still need to do more to add on to this lead, as Evan Deeds, the pitcher, will try to give himself insurance. 2-0, he's going to hit the first pitch of the at-bat high into right field, but underneath it and making the catch is Braden Kearns, who had it snow cone a little bit out to the top of his glove, but it's stuck in for out number 3. So with that, still 2-0. Jefferson has another chance to come up the bat, try to cut into that lead. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back with more Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
Back here, bottom of the third now from Hedgesville, the Little League Complex. Bottom of the third is brought to you by the team of Century 21 Modern Realty Results. If you're looking for a home in the tri-state, they have you covered. Still 2-0 Martinsburg as Jefferson comes up to bat. Jefferson went 3 up, 3 down last time around, so we'll see if Evan Deeds can continue his success from the second inning, carry it over to the third.
Yeah, so far, Jefferson's threatened, but they haven't been able to get that run across, or at least they threatened early. So I wonder if also it could be maybe something similar to what we saw. As that one misses there, but similar to what we saw kind of from the other side of Bush, where he dominated the bottom of the order, but Martinsburg's top was still able to threaten him a little bit. We'll see.
And there's another strike. That first pitch was actually called a strike. Just I don't think there was a motion from the umpire. Deeds going up against the bottom 3 of the order for Jefferson. Here's the 0-2. That's a foul ball back to the backstop. Another 0-2 from Deeds. Swing and a miss, strike 3 by Jordan. 2 straight strikeouts going back to the last inning for Evan Deeds. That's his 4th. So both pitchers racking up the strikeouts now. Leighton Carney, third baseman for Jefferson, will come up. He'll take a cut and miss the first pitch of this at-bat. And the winner of this game will go on to play South Berkeley tomorrow. The next pitch is fouled straight over the press box behind home plate. The loser of this one will go on to play Hedgesville tomorrow in the first game of tomorrow's doubleheader.
No, that should be, or I could be wrong, but I think it should be.
Pitch is lined over to first base for an out.
Is it not Morgan County versus Hedgesville tomorrow?
Have to double check. No, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Because Jefferson already won, so they shouldn't have to play an elimination game right away.
You are right. Yes. They will. The loser of this game will await the winner of Hedgesville, Morgan County.
There you go.
So whoever loses this game won't play tomorrow.
Yep.
Could be a good thing in the end. You never know. That extra rest could give you a boost for the rest of the tournament. So after that line out by Carney, you see Braden Kearns come up. There's a 1-1 count to him. And there's a strike 2 called.
It goes both ways, because if you win, you have a chance to play the minimum amount of games in terms of.
True. It's a silver lining, at least, to say, hey, we lost, but don't have to play tomorrow. Strike 3 called to Kearns. And just like that, it's another 3-up, 3-down inning for Evan Deeds up on the mound. So we'll go to the 4th inning. Martinsburg still leading 2-0. We'll take 1 minute of a break and come back with more Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
We're the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told you need a lawyer, but that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or a loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
We move on to the top of the 4th here from Hedgesville as we continue on with Jefferson and Martinsburg Little League Baseball in the Area 1 tournament, District 6. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini on the call. Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. Top of the 4th brought to you by the Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Company. Reliable coverage since 1877. Call 304-263-0809 for a quote today or visit fmiwv.com. First pitch is outside for a ball to Grayson Arch, catcher who had himself an RBI fielder's choice in the first inning. Another ball outside, 2-0. Been a good recovery on the mound from Jacob Bush Jr. since the first inning, where he gave up those 2 runs. Martinsburg has. This one popped up in the infield. Bentley DeLauder in foul territory. Oh, the ball pops off his glove and lands fair. But because Bentley DeLauder was in foul territory when he caught it, it's a foul ball.
Well, attempted to catch it.
Yeah, true. When he touched it, is what I should have said. It seemed like he kind of caught it halfway and it just popped out, but either way. This one's going to be popped up. This one looks like it's going to be in fair territory. Jake Lowry, the shortstop, goes into shallow left field for it and makes the play for out number 1.
Yeah, good job there by the Jefferson defense. But as you were saying with Bush, he has settled in. It's just going to come down to, I feel like, can Jefferson get some run support for him, because he's pitching really well ever since the early portion of the game.
First pitch to Lackey is a strike. He got on base with an error off the glove of the right fielder first time around. And since that at-bat, there's only been 2 hits for Martinsburg total since then. And this is going to be a chopper over to third base. Throw over. Play is made by Leighton Carney over to DeLauder for out number 2. So both teams working pretty fast on defense and pitching.
Yeah, it felt like it was going to change from the early 2-0 lead that we saw, and even the big inning for Jefferson, even though they didn't score, they threatened. I was like, these pitchers, you can tell that they have good stuff. It's just, when will they settle in? And now that they've settled in, we've gotten the kind of game that we would expect.
First pitch to John Jones is a strike.
It's tough, at All-Star Baseball. I feel like they have big scoring games, at least when you're in your area, in your district. Maybe when you get to states and, of course, Williamsport, you're going to see some breakthrough games because the teams are just on different levels.
The 1-1. It's going to be a line bounce, and it took a big hop. And it was tough for Lowry to get, and the ball gets all the way to the wall. John Jones is going to go to second base and slide in just in time with a 2-out double.
Good piece of hit in there from Jones. He's fired up. Martinsburg would like to add some more runs onto its 2-0 lead. So now you have a runner in scoring position. an opportunity to break through a little bit. 3-4 runs feels big, like we said, against.
Now a softer grounder over to second base, throw easily made by Austin Corey for out number 3. So John Jones with a double, but he's immediately left stranded. Judah Smith grounds out and will go to the bottom of the 4th after a 1-minute break. This is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more. Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more.
The bottom of the 4th inning on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to fordofhagerstown.com. Jefferson coming up to bat again, looking for their first run of the ball game. Trailing 2-0 to Martinsburg here in the Area 1 tournament here in District 6 of West Virginia Little League Baseball. First pitch to Jason Bush Jr. is strike 1. He's going to get the second one. It's going to pop off the glove of Deeds. Throw over to first base by Roman Jones, the third baseman, not in time. So pretty much the exact same way that Jason Bush got on base the first time, where he hit the ball in the infield and off the glove of Deeds. Gets himself on base.
For Jefferson, number 2.
Just the third hit for Jefferson.
Yeah, I mean, just some of these balls have not gone Deeds' way defensively, but giving a glove on it sometimes can be just enough to throw off your defense, but also can sometimes keep the ball in the infield and prevent a bigger play. So
this is going to be a soft pop-up to second base. Drew Lackey is there to make the catch for out number 1. The Deeds had retired 8 in a row before that infield single by Bush.
Now batting the catcher, number 13.
And the only reason that streak doesn't extend out to 10 is because of a hit by pitch in the first inning. First pitch to Cole Willis is fouled back. Willis struck out, first of 4 strikeouts so far. 5 strikeouts so far for Evan Deeds. Here's the 0-1, and it's another foul ball back.
I mean, the pitching so far, for the most part, has been pretty dominant between every game that we've seen. So,
yeah.
I mean, we did end up seeing 7 runs in that game earlier today, but
another ground ball over to Deeds. He's going to look, throw to first base, makes the out. But going from first to third aggressively is Jason Bush. Got to second base basically by the time Deeds had the ball in his hand, and then went from second to third on the throw.
That's good base running. And gives Jefferson a chance to cut into this lead. So, little things like that can be the difference.
Bentley DeLauder is up. He takes the first pitch for a strike. So now, because of that base running, any sort of wild pitch, even can get you that run in. You have 2 outs. You still have a pretty good chance. DeLauder swings through the 0-1 for strike 2.
Yeah, I mean, you still got to consider Deeds has shut him out so far, and he's got pitches like that that just completely fool a batter.
And this one's a fastball outside.
So, yeah, you're threatening here, but Jefferson threatened early, and it didn't really seem to matter. So we'll see if Deeds can get him again here.
The 1-2 from Deeds. It's going to be a foul ball lined over the dugout. Spectators at the watch out. .57th pitch coming here from Deeds. And that'll be outside for another ball. And he's going to try to steal home. Deeds tries to make the tag. And they're going to say he didn't get it. Safe at home is Bush Jr. stealing home.
Wow.
On the throw back from the catcher to the pitcher. Jason Bush Jr. comes home. It was a close play. Deeds tried to make the tag. I'm not sure if I couldn't really tell if the call was that Deeds never made the tag or just wasn't in time. But it was close either way.
Yeah, everyone up here seemed to be in agreement with the home plate umpire that he was safe. So, you're only going to see that probably at Little League, right? That kind of play. Maybe, in some older age groups as well. But
and it's a drop third strike. Catcher can't find the ball. And DeLauder's going to try to stretch this into 2 bases. Throw down, tag, safe. So a drop third strike, but eventually DeLauder turns it into 2 bases.
Drop third strike double. That's what I'm calling that one, Dylan. Strikeout double. I mean, you act like you've never seen it before.
I can't say that I have.
Little League.
It is the 6th strikeout for Evan Deeds.
I mean, look, it's tough there if you're the catcher to find the ball in that situation. So, you do kind of get like a little bit of shadow on the field.
Anderson Didion quickly down 0-2. They're swinging through. So Deeds trying to recover as it's now 2-1. And swing and miss, strike 3, his 7th K. He's able to strand the run and keep Martinsburg on top with that 1-run lead. So now Martinsburg only up by 1 run after that half inning. And they'll try to extend it in the top of the 5th after this 1-minute break. This is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
I can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
The WVU Heart and Vascular Institute is pleased to announce that thoracic surgery with Dr. Shalini Reddy is now available in Martinsburg at WVU Medicine Berkeley Medical Center. Dr. Reddy has practiced thoracic surgery in the region for over 8 years and offers robotic laparoscopic surgeries for the lungs, esophagus, and more. For more information about thoracic surgery in Martinsburg, check us out online at mywvuheart.com.
We go on to the 5th inning, top of the 5th, here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Brought to you by L.A. Roberts Jewelers, committed to excellence in quality design and craftsmanship, located at 146 North Queen Street in Martinsburg. So we have confirmed. Colin looked at the replay. That play at home on the steal of home. Pitcher lost the ball on the tag attempt. So that makes sense. Mookie Roman Jones tries to bunt and misses. It'll be strike 1 as we move on to Jason Bush Jr.'s 5th inning of work on the mound. Still 2-1 Martinsburg. They try to add on to their lead here. Strike 2.
I think for the rest of the tournament, anytime there's a question on a call, we should just send it to Colin.
And strike 3 called.
The umpires have been right, though, so far, so I guess we don't really need review. Because I feel like all day Colin's been telling us that they're right. So
that's a good point.
They're on top of it.
So 1 out already after that strikeout. Next up will be Micah Montgomery, who struck out in his first at-bat. He'll take a ball in the first pitch. So Mookie Roman Jones striking out. That was the stretch of 4 straight batters that struck out in their first at-bats for Martinsburg. See if Bush Jr. can replicate that. This won't be a strikeout. It'll be hit on the ground right back to Bush. He'll toss it underhand to DeLauder for out number 2. And that's the 62nd pitch for Bush Jr. up on the mound. Both pitchers at exactly 62 pitches right now. Here's the first pitch to Garcia. Fouls this one back. Julian Garcia, extra hitter. 10th spot in the order. The 0-1 from Bush. Another swing. This one's fouled just barely off the bat.
I was going to say, I don't know how he got a piece of that one, but he did.
Yeah.
So the swing really didn't look like it was going to be lined up enough to make contact, but he found a way.
The 0-2. Fastball outside and low.
It's a good take.
Bush has worked quickly. Just at 65 pitches through 4 2/3. And there's another one that's outside into the other batter's box. Whereas Evan Deeds has pitched 4 entire innings. Where just 4 innings straight up rather than 4 2/3, I should say. And there's another foul ball on the 2-2. See if Garcia can extend this inning. Get on base for the first time.
It's already had an effective at bat. It feels like. But can he get on?
2-2, and that's a called ball 3. Just barely didn't catch the outside corner.
Yeah, close one. We've had a few of those, but I mean, good eye, I think there.
The payoff pitch from Bush. Another foul ball by Garcia. Keeping himself alive at least. Just needs to straighten out one of these swings to be able to get the ball in play. Another 3-2. Another one fouled right back. The fence wasn't there. You could have just reached up and grabbed that one, Nick.
I blinked. Didn't flinch, but blinked. I suppose. I don't know.
The 3-2, just barely outside again. Same spot the ball 3 was called in. 2-out walk for Garcia. He's able to make Bush work.
Now batting number 3.
It's the first walk of the game that Bush has given up.
It might be the first one on either side, or at least
There's been a hit by pitch by Deeds, but I think that's the first one that just was drawn straight up on 4 balls.
Right.
Logan Kearns takes ball 1 over in his at-bat.
Yeah, I was going to say we hadn't had a whole lot of free bases. You do have hit by pitch, but walk a little bit different, so.
Bush readies 1-0, and this is another foul ball. So make it 1-1.
Yes, they drive up that pitch count. Like we said, it's hot out there. It's not as hot as it was earlier today, but it's still very hot. So, you're going to see guys probably get tired around this mark, you would think.
There's a chopper over to second. Austin Corey makes the play for out number 3. So Martinsburg can't add on. Jefferson will look in the bottom of the 5th to try to tie this one up or take the lead as they trail 2-1. We'll take a 1-minute break. Be back with the bottom of the 5th. This is Little League Baseball at Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
We go to the bottom of the fifth. Jefferson down 2-1 to Martinsburg. First pitch of this inning is in for a ball. Bottom of the fifth is brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or tripsfloorsanding.com. This pitch is off the glove of the second baseman on the ground. So getting on base to start the inning will be Camden Burke.
Yeah. Anyway, in a one-run game, again, you're running out of some outs, so.
They've only got 6 outs to work with, down by 1. Strike one called as Beckner Dupree squares around the bunt, then pulls it back.
So you'll take it. The error gives you an opportunity. We'll see if they can lay down a good bunt here from Dupree.
He'll not square around this time. Ball hits off the catcher's glove. It's going to allow Burke to advance to second base.
Do you think there's any relation to Sven Dupree?
It's possible.
Jefferson County, so.
Maybe there's just a lot of different Duprees. This is a Baltimore chop for sure. Deeds has to make the play, and now on the throw over to first, Burke is going to advance. The out is made, though. So we'll get a runner on third with 1 out. The tying run on third.
Now batting number 4, Austin Corey.
Austin Corey has a chance to tie this one up. It's another chop over to third, and it's past the glove of the third baseman. Burke is going to score from third. No play over at first base, and this game is tied.
Yeah, that's tough, but, just summing up what we talked about earlier, no lead, really safe. Deeds didn't really pitch himself out of the lead, but the defense, I feel like, let him down a little bit. And for Jefferson, they're just finding ways to get guys on, move those guys over, and now they're tied up. So no lead safe, and it comes down to those defensive errors, really. It can give a team life, give a team some hope, and we've seen that from Jefferson taking advantage, and really just great base running, I feel like, has been their strength today.
Trenton Smetic was a hero in yesterday's game. He's going to hit a ground ball to Deeds, who's just going to take the play at first base. So Austin Corey advances to second.
And a productive out.
Now batting for Jefferson, number 23, Lucas Jordan.
Lucas Jordan comes up. His first at-bat, he struck out swinging. Go-ahead run for Jefferson. He's on second base. The pitch from Deeds is going to be a strike called.
But overall, this has been a pretty great game. Highly entertaining, good pitching. You feel the intensity.
The 0-1 from Deeds is going to be fouled over to the right side.
Please return the foul ball to the third base dugout, please. Thank you.
0-2. Chance to get out of this inning, still tied. It's another foul ball over to the first base side.
Yeah,
straightened out a little bit. Almost able to get that fair.
Yeah, if you're able to get it fair, that's probably scoring the runner from second. So
Deeds with pitch number 74. It's a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. And that'll retire the side, still tied. 8 strikeouts for Evan Deeds. We'll go to the top of the 6th, tied at 2. See if Martinsburg can take their lead back, or if Jefferson can give themselves a tie game in the bottom of the 6th where they can potentially win it. Take a 1-minute break and be back with more Little League Baseball and Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Welcome back to Golden Asian Buffet. I'm Ryan, and I'm so excited to show you our massive buffet with over 150 incredible fresh items. Food lovers, you're gonna love this buffet with over 150 items with everything from appetizers all the way down to desserts. This buffet is massive. For family, friends, and foodies alike, you are gonna love this place. Appetizers all the way down to desserts, meats, seafoods, and much, much more. Come on down here to Golden Asian Buffet and check out their incredible buffet.
Move on to the top of the sixth, brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons, new pitcher to start the sixth inning for Jefferson. It's the same one we saw close out the game for Jefferson yesterday. Trenton Smedick.
For Jefferson, number 87, Trenton Smedick.
I wasn't sure if you got that or not, though.
So, some defensive changes for Jefferson. Looks like Jason Bush Jr. has gone out from center field, to center field from the pitching mound. Beckner Dupree moves from center to left. Camden Burke moves from left to first base. And Bentley DeLauder moves into a extra hitter role. So pretty much what they had yesterday, other than having Anderson Didion on the mound when they started off yesterday's game.
Martinsburg, number 13, Charles Wheatley.
Yeah, I mean, I think your defense maybe improves slightly with, having your true center fielder there in center, so definitely helps out. But, I mean, this is a 2-2 game, so the defense, the pitching has been great, and I think overall you got to be happy with it for Jefferson. And, only threw one batter, I believe, faced yesterday, so.
It'll be the very bottom of the order to start things out for Martinsburg, and then up to the top. 12-1-2. First pitch is a ball. Charles Wheatley beat out an infield single last time. He showed bunt and pulled it back, and now this time he'll just let the pitch go by for ball 2. 2-0 is in for a strike. Jason Bush Jr. ends the day. 5 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, 1 run given up.
Yeah, Bush, gave his team a chance to win. So.
1 earned run. I think maybe it is.
Yeah, that sounds right.
There's another ball. That's ball 4.
Especially after the start, there was 2-0 Martinsburg early, so you felt like maybe Martinsburg was going to have a big day at the plate. But after that, Bush settled in, pitched really well, and now we're in a 2-2 game. It's anybody's game, but a leadoff walk could come back and hurt Jefferson.
First pitch into Parkinson is a ball. To the top of the lineup for Martinsburg, trying to do some damage, get that lead back. Try to close it out in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss by Parkinson for strike 1. Here's the next pitch. That's a strike. Parkinson ducked out of the way of it, but that breaking ball was just throwing him off. So it's a 1-2 count.
Yeah, nice pitch there. A lot of movement.
Smedick throws again. 1-2. Foul ball over to the first base side.
Trying to foul ball, third base dugout. Thank you.
So throw the ball back in. It went out the right field, and they're ready for another 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Smedick with a lot of movement on those pitches gets the strikeout.
Yeah, after the leadoff walk to come back with a strikeout, I think
Logan Close.
it's pretty big. If you're Martinsburg, you would like to get that runner in scoring position with nobody out. So
Close takes ball one inside.
Strikeout is definitely not what you wanted.
Now this pitch is a foul ball. Evens the count at 1 apiece. And Close will step back in. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles. And now he'll square around the bunt. Tries to lay it down, but it's too far inside. And that was a strike. Strike 2. The 1-2 count, 1 out. Tie game in the top of the 6th. See who will advances in the District 6 Area 1 Little League Tournament. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another strikeout for Smedic, and he is fired up.
Yeah, I mean, Jefferson seems to have regained the momentum.
From Martinsburg, number 22, Evan Deeds.
But you still got to get through Deeds.
Deeds still, as of this moment, in as the pitcher. 74 pitches thrown. Jefferson decided to pull their starter after 5 innings. But as you can see, Smedic, as the closer, has been effective yesterday and today. His first pitch is high for ball 1.
Yeah, sometimes you just have that guy that you know can
give you one good inning.
Give you that one good inning, give you a low amount of pitches, and you can use them a lot.
Deeds hits this one the other way, left center field gap, and it's down. Coming around second and heading to third is Wheatley. They're going to stop him at third. It's a double for Evan Deeds. Go-ahead run stops at third base.
Probably the right decision with the ball in the hands of the shortstop already, but hits have been tough to come by, runs have been tough to come by. I think about it. I think about sending them. You never know. One bad throw there home, and you're scoring that run, so it's tough. But, probably the right decision.
It's almost too good of a hit. It was hit so hard that it got to the wall quickly. And the outfielders were able to get to it and get it in. First pitch to Grayson Arch is a ball.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if the ball's behind them, too, instead of hitting in front of them, you have a little bit of a better chance.
Smedic throws ball 2, 2-0. First base is open if you need it, if you're Jefferson. Get the go-ahead run on third base. And that one's going to catch the outside corner, makes it 2-1.
Yeah, it's a big spot, obviously. I mean, we'll see if...
And there's strike 2. Arch caught off guard by the movement of the all-speed pitch.
Yeah, you got to stand in there and look it all the way in, I feel like. If you...
2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Trenton Smedic flexing as he comes off the field. Keeping the game tied here to go to the bottom of the 6th, and Jefferson will try to win it and advance to the championship game. We'll take a 1-minute break. We'll be back to see if Jefferson can do it. This is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
WVU Medicine is pleased to have physical medicine and rehabilitation, neurosurgery, and neurology all in one place at the WVU Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute Martinsburg Clinics, located in a custom-designed suite on the 3rd floor of the WVU Medicine Spring Mills Medical Office Building at 61 Campus Drive. We look forward to welcoming patients at this larger location in Spring Mills. For more information about the WVU Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute Martinsburg Clinics, call 304-596-5038.
We go to the bottom of the 6th here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Game is tied at 2. Jefferson trying to win it here Bottom of the sixth brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. 3 outs away from extra innings if Evan Deeds can keep a run off the board. But otherwise, Jefferson will win this one and advance to the Area 1 championship game, which should just be tomorrow at 8 o'clock.
Right, yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out, right? I mean, Jefferson seems to have gained some momentum. Martinsburg possibly had a chance to take the lead. Yeah, overall, I think it was the right call probably to hold him at third base, but in this kind of game, maybe you do set him. You know, it's been so rare to get that kind of hit. Deeds gives you the double. Maybe you send him home and you risk it that the shortstop's going to make a poor throw, but you know, the shortstop's a Lowry, so he's probably pretty good, right?
That's what you'd think. A Lowry from Jefferson?
I think they used to have Mason Lowry, but I guess he aged out, so I'm presuming they are related in some way, but maybe not, because I know that the Lowrys in Jefferson, in terms of these players, are not related to John Lowry, the coach.
Leighton Carney will start things out for Jefferson. And it's a swing and a miss on the 0-1 to make it 0-2. It's 11, 12, and then 1 in the Jefferson lineup. So it may be tough against Evan Deeds, who is still pitched very well. This is a ground ball right back to Deeds. He'll throw on to first for the first out.
Now batting for Jefferson, number 7, Braden Kearns.
So G1-3 for out number 1. Braden Kearns comes up, struck out looking in his first at-bat. Lefty versus lefty. Deeds throws strike 1. He still looks strong at pitch 78 there.
Dylan, we may see free baseball when it's already free.
Right. There's a swing and miss off the glove of the catcher, but still a swing and miss. Strike 2. Jefferson's been able to do some damage against Deeds with the top of their order, but they got to get to that point. There's a ball on the 0-2. And if this is an out, they're only going to get to that top of the order with 2 outs. So it'll be hard to get things going. Here's the 1-2. This is a base hit, line drive off the glove of Evan Deeds. You would have thought right up the middle it could be a base hit. But he stops it with his glove, it hits the ground, he picks it right back up, throws to first.
Yeah, that's what we talked about earlier. You know, Deeds has shown the ability to at least keep the ball in the infield so many times, and while sometimes it hasn't worked out for his defense, that time it certainly did. And he's a tall kid for his age, and clearly has a good, range and glove on him.
So Jason Bush Jr. up with 2 outs is the last chance to do it in regulation. Try to keep things going with 2 outs. Strike 1 called. Evens the count at 1-1. Deeds rocks and fires. Gets the call on the outside corner for strike 2. Nice job by Grayson Arch. Frame that one. Keep it on the corner. The 1-2. Can't frame that one. A little too far outside. 2-2. Deeds through 5 2/3, only giving up 3 hits. He has 8 strikeouts, only giving up 1 walk. This one's hit the other way to third base. Mookie Roman Jones will make the throw in time. And we'll go to extra innings. Tied at 2. Martinsburg will come up in the top of the 7th after this 1-minute break. This is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
Trenton Smetic will come out for a second inning of work in extras. Top of the 7th. Tied at 2, Martinsburg and Jefferson, trying to decide who goes on to the championship game in the District 6 Area 1 tournament. 10 to 12 here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini on the call. Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. 86 pitches for Evan Deeds.
Yeah, his day's done.
His day's done, yep.
Maximum is 85. You get to go through the batter once you get to 85, and then your day's done after that. But, wow, what a performance, right? I mean,
yep, 3 hits allowed, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, no runs. The 2 runs.
Yeah, but, pitched great. And got the outs that mattered most, and his team still at least tied.
Pitch there for a ball, 1-1. It's Drew Lackey up the bat. Swings through, pitch for strike 2. He got on base, error, his first at bat, and grounded out to third base in his second. 1-2. This is a short chopper, first base. There's not going to be a play able to be made in the perfect spot. Hit him where they ain't. Drew Lackey gets on base. Just off the end of the bat, jammed him on the inside near the wrists, near the hands.
Yeah, obviously a tough play there for anybody on Jefferson to really get to it. So Martinsburg's got a runner on, and now you wonder how they play it. Do you try to play small ball?
It'll be John Jones. He'll look at the first pitch.
Yeah, I mean, the curveballs have just been impossible for Martinsburg to read.
The 0-1.
That's hitting them every time.
Foul ball.
But it's not. And you got to stand in there and, hey, if it hits you, it hits you, right? I mean, you're on base. It's a curveball, so it's not going to sting too badly.
Jones has himself a double and a strikeout in 2 at-bats. Smetic looks in on the 0-2. That one's inside. Jones gets out of the way. 1-2 count.
Smetic is by far my favorite player so far. Just the vibe.
The confidence oozes off of him. 1-2, outside, ball 2.
The hat barely on the head like Fernando Rodney. I like it. He's got swag. That's important.
He's got the hat at about a 60-degree angle. This one's a foul ball hit out, just barely missing a car in the parking lot. There's
a bat.
Foul ball off the fence. It's a 2-2 count. Still no outs. Runner on first. Here in the top of the 7th. Another foul ball straight to the backstop.
Yeah, I mean, this is great at bat here, keeping this one alive, keeping Martinsburg with a chance.
And Jones hits this one deep in the left field, but it's over the head and over the wall off a bounce. Ground rule double for John Jones.
Give him the nickname, John Bones Jones.
That might have been a good thing for Jefferson in the end. The runner on first can only go 2 bases on that one. It potentially could have been the go-ahead run.
Yeah, no, for sure. I thought for a second that it left the park because I just saw it bounce on the other side of the wall. So, yeah, I mean, if it isn't a ground rule double, that runner probably comes home to score.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, you got 2 on and nobody out with 2 guys in scoring position. As long as you don't strike out, you should be able to take the lead here if you're Martinsburg. So that's what has to be your approach at the plate, is put the ball in play, give us a chance to score. Hard hit ground ball is going to score them. Like we said earlier, it's a small diamond, so there's not a whole lot that you need to do. But Jefferson's obviously going to play in here. It looks like with no outs.
They're bringing the corners in. The middle infielders are still
I don't think you can play really overly in because
you don't want anything over your head also.
So I think that's kind of they're playing hopefully for home is their goal.
Yep, Judah Smith, swing and a foul tip on his first at-bat, his first pitch of the at-bat.
And at least they're taking a squeeze play probably out here.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Judah Smith has 2 ground outs to second base in his 2 at-bats.
A ground out to second base here would work.
It would.
Most likely.
Drew Lackey's the runner on third. And that's not a ground out. That's a strikeout. Swing and a miss. Smedic gets his 4th K. Gets the first out of the inning. Keeps the runners on third and second.
Yeah, I mean, Martinsburg's had some
Mookie Roman Jones.
Yeah, it's his time to shine.
Takes strike 1 on the outside. The big moment for Trenton Smedic. Gets 2 runners in scoring position with no outs. Now he has to strand those runners there to keep his team alive in extra innings. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. He can obviously keep his team alive, even if they score runs here. I mean, with Martinsburg scores runs, but it'll make everything that much harder. Strike 3 called. Roman Jones goes down. Looking.
I mean, Martinsburg's had some tough situations, right? Because you don't send the runner earlier. Then you get the ground rule double that holds you to just second and third. We'll see how this inning ends, but
this is huge for Martinsburg because Evan Deeds is done.
Right. I mean, I'm sure they obviously have other arms, but it's going to, one, hurt you long term because you're going to have to throw somebody else, but also, too, it's different pitchers, so it could give Jefferson brand new looks. Or it will give Jefferson brand new looks.
The first pitch to Micah Montgomery was a ball. Second pitch is a foul ball.
Third base dugout. Thank you.
Evan Deeds is the kind of guy, for sure, that you want to get you through an entire game. And he went 6 innings, but 6 was not enough. Next pitch, foul tip into the glove for strike 2. So Smedic is 1 strike away from getting out of this jam. The ground rule double.
It's huge.
Yep. Swing and miss, strike 3. Smedic. 5 strikeouts. 6 strikeouts. All 6 of his outs gotten have been strikeouts.
Smedic's cold-blooded.
Absolutely. Strands the runners on second and third with no outs. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Jefferson has another chance to win this one in extra innings. After this 1-minute break, we'll see if they can do it. This is Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
We are the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told, you need a lawyer. But that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more. Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more.
Moving on to the bottom of the 7th, pitching change for Martinsburg as Evan Deeds hit the pitching limit of 85 pitches. It was 86 to finish out the 6th. 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 2 runs given up, 8 strikeouts for Evan Deeds. He moves to shortstop. Logan Close moves from shortstop to second base. And second base, the pitcher, is Drew Lackey. He'll try to keep this game going into the 8th inning. Jefferson has 2-3 forward in the lineup coming up. Lowry, Willis, DeLauder.
Yeah, Jefferson has a chance to walk it off here. You're going to see a new pitcher, so things are different in terms of your approach at the plate because Deeds, you saw 86 from him, so new guy out here, and we'll see if Lowry can get the rally going. But for Martinsburg, I mean, it's got to be tough because, like I said, you had a chance possibly to send somebody home. You decided to keep him stranded at third, and then the ground rule double probably prevents you from sending somebody home in a situation where you would have taken the lead. So 2 back-to-back situations where you don't get taking advantage of some great hits from your offense in a game where it's been tough to get big hits.
Jake Lowry is 1 for 2 with a single and a shallow pop-up to second base. He's going to hit this on the ground to Mookie Roman Jones. Throw over to first. Out number 1. It's been very good infielding from Martinsburg so far in this one.
Yeah, I mean, last year what carried Martinsburg was their pitching. Through the area tournament was their pitching and their defense.
Cole Willis will look at the first pitch of his at-bat for ball 1.
Cole Willis.
And the second pitch will be way outside for ball 2. Would have been a wild pitch if there was runners on. Willis 0 for 1 with a fielder's choice. And a strikeout. Foul ball. It's 2-1. Next pitch is outside for ball 3. Here's a 3-1. Another foul ball straight back to the backstop. And Willis is upset that he couldn't get that one into play. He really wanted that one. Count runs full. Again, tied here in extra innings. Bottom of the 7th. Martinsburg and Jefferson. Full count. Another foul ball. Up and over the press box. Another payoff pitch. Inside. Ball 4. So 1 out base runner for Jefferson. The winning run on first base.
Yeah, I mean, again, you prefer to get that with no outs because you can possibly bunt him over. But even here, you could think about it. I mean, I probably wouldn't since it's, especially because it's Little League, it's going to be tough to double anybody up. But
Bentley DeLauder will look at the first pitch for a ball outside.
And depending on your speed over there at first, you could think about stealing as well.
Could.
But, you don't want to run yourself out of the inning. So.
DeLauder's going to hit this one. Shallow second base, and it's dropped. Logan Close couldn't hold on to it. Had it halfway in the glove. Kind of slipped out as he moved from the turf infield to grass outfield.
Now batting for Jefferson.
So now
we're going to see the double play.
Right? We were this close to it.
I think Close. I see what you did there.
That wasn't even on purpose.
But I think Close probably started to think about that a little bit because it looked like maybe to me that he took his eyes off the ball a little bit.
And this is falling into right center field, and it gets past the outfielders. Coming around third and coming home is Cole Willis, and he'll step on home plate. Jefferson wins. Anderson Didion, the walk-off single. Jefferson advances to the District 6 Area 1 championship game tomorrow night at 8 o'clock against South Berkeley.
Unbelievable game. Great win for Jefferson on a walk-off. And, wow, pretty exciting stuff, right?
That was incredible. Great, another comeback. Martinsburg got up 2-0 very early on, and Jefferson clawed their way back.
Yeah, this Jefferson team's a little bit different than the ones we've seen in the past. They don't have as much power maybe as some of the previous teams. We get to see a home run in the tournament. But they're going to be good. They're going to be tough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously Martinsburg I think is really good. All the matchups have been exciting, so I'm just looking forward to the rest of the tournament, Dylan, but we can go ahead and wrap it up if you're ready.
Right, yeah, go into our post-game show brought to you by the Palace Lounge at Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. Full lunch and dinner menu, daily specials, and a clean and comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. It's a 3-2 victory for Jefferson. As I mentioned, they will go ahead and move on to the Area 1 championship game tomorrow night at 8 o'clock against South Berkeley. Winner of that game will move on to the district tournament. Loser of that game will still be set up into the runner-up game where they can still win and get to the district tournament as the runners-up from the area. But for now, Jefferson moves on to that game. Martinsburg will move to the losers bracket where they will take on the winner of Morgan County and Hedgesville tomorrow in the first game at 5:30 that we'll have. So that's Martinsburg. They get to take tomorrow off. So that's the silver lining of the loss. And then they'll move on. They will await the winner of Hedgesville and Morgan County. If they win that game, they will await the winner of the loser of the championship game tomorrow.
Yeah, so they're still in a fine spot, obviously, and Jefferson's in the best spot because they have 2 games to win one to advance to at least advance to the district tournament. So they've set themselves up very well. Them and South Berkeley, of course. So it's still a very wide open tournament. You know, I don't really know which way you lean. I think based off of just one game, you know, Martinsburg's got a good chance. But Hedgesville had a good game yesterday too. They just never really got their offense going. South Berkeley showed some fight late that you love to see. Morgan County, of course, had the big lead early on, so you wonder can they maybe try to build off of that. So we'll just have to wait and see, Dylan. But overall, you know, it's always a fun tournament, so should see some great baseball over the next few days.
Right, we'll go ahead into our game summary brought to you by Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to WVJusticeLawyers.com. It was an early 2-0 lead for Martinsburg. Jefferson claws back, ties the game late in the 5th inning, and then we go to the extra innings, and eventually Trenton Smetic gets 2 great innings up on the mound to keep the game tied, and Jefferson comes up bottom of the 7th. It's that walk-off RBI single by Anderson Didion that gets the win for Jefferson. Game stats brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com. There's an RBI single for Anderson Didion, as you just mentioned. That's the walk-off. Jason Bush got himself 2 hits. There was a hit for Jake Lowry as well. A single for Bentley DeLauder right before that walk-off. And that was all the hits for Jefferson because Evan Deeds, pitcher for Martinsburg, went 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, only gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. And then Drew Lackey comes in for the 7th, gives up a hit, a walk, and a run. On the other side, Martinsburg was able to get some hits up on the board. 2 hits for Evan Deeds and 2 for Logan Close. 2 doubles for John Jones. That ground rule double became crucial in the end.
For sure.
Jason Bush goes 5 innings for Jefferson, gives up 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and Trenton Smetic goes 2 innings, gives up 2 hits, strikes out 6, and walks 1. So With that, we move on to our player of the game, brought to you by Rock's Local Markets, with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly Rock's. You have a couple options. What do you think?
The league makes it tough, don't they?
Right?
It's either between Smetic or Didion there with the walk-off.
Yeah, do you give Didion the edge for the walk-off, or do you give Smetic the edge for the pitching? We'll say Didion did have 2 strikeouts in his first 2 at-bats before that walk-off, so...
I'll go Smetic. He was the most entertaining player at the very least. So.
If you said the player of the game, just generally, like who's the most memorable, I think you kind of have to go with Smetic for his 2 innings and 6 strikeouts. Yeah, but, Didion obviously got the walk-off. He was a great player yesterday as a starting pitcher as well. So they've been kind of being carried by those 2 guys.
In some
pitching.
ways, yeah.
A little bit. So. Bush, great hitting or great pitching today. He got himself a couple hits also. But
yeah.
I think Smetic is a good choice for player of the game.
Sure. I mean, I feel like all these games we've had like 2 or 3 people that we could name player of the game, which is, and Colin brought this up to me over text. He said this has been the most competitive tournament we've had so far. So,
yeah.
Usually we have a run rule by now. We haven't had any of those, so all the games have been highly entertaining. And looking forward to the rest of the week.
All right,
weekend, whatever you want to call it.
All right, and we'll have 2 more tomorrow on Saturday at 5:30. It'll be Hedgesville and Morgan County. At 8 o'clock, it'll be the District 1 championship game. Decide who is the champion District 1. Obviously, as we mentioned, the loser of that is still alive and can still be the runner-up and still go to the district tournament. But that'll be Hedgesville, Morgan County at 5:30 and around 8 o'clock, but mostly dependent on when that game ends, it'll be South Berkeley and Jefferson to decide who is the first to go on to the district tournament and be the area champion. So with that, for Nick Verzolini here with me, Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. I'm Dylan Bishop saying so long. Hope you have a great rest of your Friday night. This has been Little League Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
We thank you for listening to live play-by-play coverage of Little League All-Star Baseball. Little League All-Star Baseball is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR, Martinsburg. All rights reserved.